And the last topic I'm gonna get to is definitely talking about the GOAT. I did a video with Kendall Gill probably last year. It did pretty well. And Kendall Gill was talking about why Michael Jordan was the GOAT. And I thought it was a good video. But then I caught him saying or speaking on this topic again, and it was just as good as the first time he was talking about it. And I'm sorry, LeBron stands, but y'all not gonna like this one. Kendall Gill talking about the GOAT.
Michael absolutely had no weaknesses. Okay, so you have a guy that's a crazy, crazy competitor. You have a guy that's a crazy athlete with a 48-inch vertical jump, that's strong, that's vicious, that's he just got it all. And he got an attitude. I know there's been a lot of comparisons, to LeBron James and, MJ, but man, MJ is the greatest player, the greatest NBA player of all time. I have arguments with a lot of people about it and things like this, and the numbers don't lie, but this man, and here's how I settle the MJ debate. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I work for the Chicago Bulls now as a broadcaster.
Yeah.
I'm in the United Center all the time. And I did this specifically to get the answers of executives from other teams. All right. Every time a team comes in here to the United Center, I'm sitting in the United Center right now as we do this interview. But I go downstairs and I ask each executive in their prime, who would you take in the draft? Michael Jordan or LeBron James? Not one said that they would take LeBron James over Michael Jordan. That's how you know. The guys in the business know. All right. And you could have all kind of speculation about in podcasts and guys giving their different opinions. Hey man, the guys who make the decisions just told you. Not one of them. And I ask every NBA team that comes in here to the United Center, and that's what they say.
That's interesting. He worked at the United Center calling games for Chicago, and he did an experiment, anecdotal, but very telling because he's by his own admission, he said he asked all 30 GMs. Just as an experiment. I want to hear what they say. He said all 30 said they would draft MJ over LeBron. And he said the people that's in the business really know what's going on. And this is interesting because the business of NBA basketball, part of that business is the media. The media is very important. What's said out in public is very important. And judging by how the change of tune some of these players have when they get into that media space, like how we all of a sudden see KG and Paul Pierce trying to big up this era after they had Adam Silver on the episode of their podcast. Oh man, it's not easy to get Adam Silver. So when you do get Adam Silver, what is he telling y'all, right, behind the scenes? Hey man, my product, what y'all say really holds a lot of weight, and you don't want to destroy your product. You don't, this is your baby as well. Like, you're retired, but this has got to keep going on from generation to generation. This is your fraternity, right? Speak well of it. If you got something bad to say it to me. I try to fix it behind the closed doors, but don't say it publicly because it scares the fans away when they start believing what y'all saying. So all of a sudden, Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce started changing their tune. Now maybe LeBron is in the GOAT conversation, and maybe this era is the best, and all of this stuff, man. They talk different, but What Kendall Gill is saying, man, when you get them behind closed doors, they all know what the real is. Ain't nobody picking LeBron for real, for real. This is for TV. This GOAT debate is for TV. And some people don't feel like playing. I don't feel like playing. I'm not in the playing mood for real, for real. I really like basketball. So and I really like honesty as well. So I'm gonna be honest when I talk about it. I don't think I could come out here and say, well, I mean, for the greater good of the sport, we got to promote who we got to promote, and the conversation is good for marketing. And no, I couldn't do it. I don't sleep well at night with a bunch of lies that I done threw out there and put out in the universe, man. I like honesty, man. So you won't catch me changing my tune for the greater good. I won't. I wouldn't be doing that, right? So I like that Kendall Gill said that, and I kind of want to leave y'all with this, and I'm gonna open the phone lines up, right? And I think I seen somebody in the comment section say, I think Young Disciple said he said Kendall Gill got Jordan 1 and LeBron 2. Actually, Kendall Gill got Kobe number 2. He said LeBron wasn't better than Kobe. So yeah, he's on record saying that I did a show on that. And that's about right. I got Kobe number 3. I got Kareem number 2. Right. LeBron's probably LeBron's is in a debate for that 4, 5, 6 spot. He's in the debate after 4. So 1, 2, and 3 is set. LeBron debate started at number 4. And it's a lot of people in that debate. You got Duncan, you got Wilt, you got Russell, you got Bird, you got Magic. Like, that's a tough debate. Even Hakeem, right? I honestly, for the modern guys, and I can easily judge the modern guys. I can't judge Wilt and Russell and Oscar that well. I can judge Bird and Magic a little bit okay, but for the guys after that, Hakeem, Duncan, Shaq, those guys, LeBron, I can judge them very well. And for my liking, I have Duncan and Hakeem over LeBron. So that's an easy thing for me, out of respect for the guys before me, and the fact that I wasn't able to live through their era. That's a blind spot for me. So I think it's an unfair comparison to add Russell, Wilt, and Oscar in there. But if we just take in what they meant to the game and what we know about them and their stats and stuff like that, it's really a debate for Wilt, Russell, and LeBron. It's a debate. It's just not a clear cut LeBron. It's just not clear cut, right? But it's definitely Duncan and Hakeem over LeBron for me. Definitely Duncan and King. So yeah. So Kendall Gill said a couple of things that was important. Michael Jordan, no weaknesses. That's very important for me, because when I'm judging a player for all-time ranking, the first thing I'm doing before I'm going to the paper resume, before I'm counting rings or any of that, I'm studying the player on the floor. I'm studying his game on both ends, offense and defense. I'm studying it. All right. And I'm going to determine who is the better player. How I determine who the better player is? Well, who has the least amount of weaknesses? MJ is a no weakness type player. There's a lot of people that have vouched for that played against him. No weaknesses. That's crucial to say. Now, was he a perfect player? No. But no weakness means that at the very least, he was average at everything. At the very least, he didn't have a weakness. Below average is weak. I think the weakest thing he had was probably his 3-point shooting, and it wasn't a weakness. It was just average. Average 3-point shooting and elite at so many other things, and then there's no weaknesses. I can't send him to the free throw line because he can't shoot. I can't sag off of him from 3. I can't put a bigger player on. I can't put a smaller, quicker player on him. Double teaming them is not that effective. I can't force him to be a passer. He can do that. I can't attack him on defense. I can't mentally get in his head. Like, where's the weakness? Right? I can count on him in the clutch. I don't have to pull him out. I mean, it's just there's no weakness. And then you start comparing him to a guy like LeBron, and you're like, man, dang, LeBron got so many different weaknesses. So many of them that he has to get these perfect teammates to fill in the voids of what he can't do. It's a major difference. And then we look at a guy like Kobe and we're like, well, as far as if you're looking at the weaknesses, Kobe is probably the next player after Mike. They got the least amount of weaknesses as a basketball player on both ends of the floor, and then mentally and physically. Mike and Kobe as wing players are the standard, and they had the least amount of weaknesses. As a post player, I would want to say Hakeem is a standard with the least amount of weaknesses on both ends of the floor, mentally and physically. Not Shaq, not Kareem, not Wilt. They had way more weaknesses than Hakeem. Even Duncan, free throw shooting was a weakness. But I think Hakeem was probably the closest thing to no weaknesses, just like Kobe and Mike. Other than that, no one else reaches that. So when Wade is talking about that building or that hotel with 30 floors, and he said on the top floors, the guys with the rings, it's not just the rings for me, right? Because that hotel, you don't get an invite to that hotel without being a complete player first. So give me all the complete players in that hotel, or the guys that's close to complete. And then we can start putting you on floors based on how much you won. Right. So I would say that 30th floor would be for complete players who have won at the elite level, like 11 rings for Bill Russell. I think did they have 11 or did he have, I don't know how many had 11 maybe. 11 wins for Bill Russell. He's definitely on the 30th floor, but he's not a complete player. So even on that 30th floor is a room in there that Bill Russell can't go in. But he's on the 30th floor. But then you got Kareem, 6 rings. He's on the 30th floor. But he can't go in that one room for the complete player. Then you got MJ, 6 rings. He's on that 30th floor. But that room in there, MJ can go in that room. Kobe, 5 rings on that 30th floor, and he can go in that room. It's a room in there that Kobe and Mike is in. Hakeem is a complete player, but he only got 2 rings. He ain't on the 30th floor. He's not on the 30th floor. The 30th floor is reserved for 5 rings. Magic is in there. Kobe's in there. Bird ain't even there. He only got 3 rings. Those 5 rings and up, that's elite company. Bird, Kareem, Mike, Kobe, they in there. Russell, they in there. But that room, only Mike and Kobe is in that room on the 30th floor. They the only ones in there. Complete players with the hardware. LeBron don't have the hardware, and he's not a complete player. Luka don't got the hardware, not a complete player. Jokic, 1 ring, he don't have enough hardware, not a complete player. It's a difference. So that's how I judge players. Completeness, least amount of flaws, mentally, physically, got it all. Both ends of the floor, got it all. And you got the hardware to prove at an elite level. Not once. Doing it once just shows me you're a great player. But you know what it takes to do it once and then say, I'm so hungry, I'm going to do it again the next year. And then I'm so in shape and endured. Not only can I be a team that's competing, I'm going to play 80 plus games, make a deep playoff run all the way into June, win the finals, take a small break, come back, do it again, go to the Olympics, come back, do a three-peat twice. These dudes are having trouble even getting back to the finals. This dude got there 3 times in a row, won all 3 times, and then did it a second time. That's eliteness. It's a reason why y'all saying these players are so great, but they can't get back to the finals. Can't get back to the finals. Jokic can't get back. You can brag about spending the night with Halle Berry, but why Halle Berry ain't letting you come back? You got lucky. But why you can't get back? Why you can't come back? If Jokic and Giannis is so great, get back to the finals and win again. Duncan did it. Kobe did it. Shaq did it. Hakeem. Michael. All right, let's get it. Phone lines are open. 442-288-9352. Call in, man. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know what y'all think. Let me check what the likes looking like right now. Y'all be cheating me on those likes. All right, caller, what's up? Can you hear me? Rolling, what's good? I'm hanging in there, man. What's your thoughts?
Believes the same thing, but I can't say the same because I don't know about people like uh, Dreamers Pro and Ticket TV and Scap Attack. But you said some months ago, maybe sometime last year, you said this, and this is where I've always been. You said that you wanted LeBron James to surpass Michael Jordan. I wanted LeBron James to surpass Michael Jordan, but like you said a few minutes ago, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to tell the truth. And as much as I wanted LeBron James to surpass Michael Jordan, he didn't do it. And I just have to separate yourself from others who are gonna lie and pretend like LeBron did it or that LeBron is on that level. When you like you said, LeBron has shown himself to not even be on Kobe Bryant's level. He's not on that that 30th floor. And we all probably have different reasons for why we realize that LeBron James is not the chosen one, even though we wanted him to be the chosen one, right?
Mm-hmm.
For some people, it's going to be he missed the playoffs his first 2 years. For others, it's going to be he was swept 4-0 in his first appearance in the finals in 2007. A lot of us are going to jump on the oh well no. Then other people are going to say oh no because he went and formed a super team in 2010 when he's supposed to be on a level of a Michael Jordan and a Kobe Bryant and a Magic Johnson and a Larry Bird and a Tim Duncan, where you stay with the team that drafted you and you thug it out like a Dirk Nowitzki. But he went and formed a super team in 2010, and so I think then if you're able to look past all of that so far, then the buck stops in 2011, where he took the super team and was upset by uh, I don't know if you want to say a one player and a reserve player. You were getting JJ Barea was locking you up. You were the fifth leading scorer on that of that 2011 NBA Final Series. You were behind Jason Terry. Jason Terry even averaged 18 points. You didn't average 18 points. You had Dwayne Wade number one, averaging the highest. Then Dirk, Chris Bosh, then Jason Terry. You were the fifth. I can't pretend that you are on Michael Jordan's level. I can't pretend that you're still in the GOAT conversation. And that's just 2011. So then, then he has the loss in 2014. Then he lost in 2015. You have a back-to-back losses. LeBron James has never had a winning record in the NBA Finals for 22 years. At best, he had a tied record when he tied it up 2-2 for the after the 2013 Finals. After that, he went back to then he lost the 2014 Finals. He went back to a losing record, 3-4. Then it was 3-5. Then it was 3-6. Then you needed a bubble to get you to 4. You still have a losing record, and like you said, I can't lie. No, after all of that, I can't lie. Now you're the all-time leader in turnovers. Now you're the all-time leader of missed shots. You're the first to miss 15,000 field goals. You're all-time leader in lost games in the regular season. The all-time leader in lost games in the playoffs. The all-time leader in lost games in the finals. And it's sad that a lot of these people will want to look past that and kind of, like you said, go to these stats. And a lot of these stats are longevity stats. You know, you don't average more points than Michael Jordan. You have one scoring title. They try to say that he has the best scoring title in the world, which is not. It's a longevity milestone to have 40,000 points and 50,000 collective with the playoffs.
Yeah,
it's they make up all these excuses for this guy to try to lie, to keep pushing this lie. So that's why I give you respect, Mel, because I've heard you say at least one time. I don't know how many times you said it, but I heard you say it, so I won't forget it. You said that you did want LeBron James to surpass Michael Jordan, and he didn't do it, and you just jumped off the ship because you don't like lies. You like the truth, and that's the truth. Is that LeBron James failed.
We all look. And you're right. We always on GOAT watch. Like, I mean, that's what we do. Like, we're like, somebody will come in. The media put a lot of expectations on, and we'll be like, okay, we'll watch. And then when we see enough, we'll be like, all right, nah, that ain't it. That ain't the one we're looking for. You know what I mean? That's not the one we're looking for.
Exactly.
Like when John the Baptist showed up and he was doing things that we thought was good, but then when we seen the Christ, oh no, that's the one right there. Right? We just waiting on the one. Kobe was very close. Oh shoot, could it be Kobe? And we'll watch. And it was like, nah, not quite. It's not him. And so I mean, we've all watched. We watched Vince Carter come in. Could it be Vince? No, it's not Vince. Right? Could it be Wade? No, it's not Wade. Like we waiting for the next one because we want to see that greatness again.
Exactly.
We want to see that greatness again, but it's not there. And they're trying to fabricate it. They're saying I can't get as good as Michael Jordan as a player, but if I can achieve some of the things that he achieved, then maybe they will say I'm as good as him. So let me stack my deck. Let me get a super team and see if I can get 6 rings. And they still not doing it.
Right. He's still too far behind. And you've played 7 years longer than this man. And you're right. I looked past the first season when he didn't make the playoffs, and I went and bought the whatever the number, like I guess it was the second season shoes that he came out with, because I was still a LeBron James fan at that time, and I bought those shoes for the second season that he played, and then he didn't make the playoffs again. And I might have seen something else in that season that made me say, you know what, these are going to be the last pair. And I haven't bought a pair of LeBron James shoes since his second season. And yeah, man, like you said, it's we will watch. We'll give you a chance. I think a lot of us gave this man how many more years? Okay, you're in year 22. You just surpassed Michael Jordan in 30-point games, and like you said it, Mel. You said it in his Pat McAfee. He's still competing with. He's still in the GOAT conversation that Michael Jordan cares that he's still playing and that he won't be my friend because I'm still playing because I still have a chance to surpass him. It's like, I don't know if he's lying or he's being delusional. But either way, thank you for taking my call.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks. Appreciate the call.
All right, no problem. All
right. Let's get one more. What happened to Young Disciple, man? I thought you wanted to call in. Let's get to these super chats, though. Roland said Kenny Smith agrees with you. He has LeBron at number 10. Oh, man. Caller, what's good? Can you hear me?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm good. Where you calling from?
Oh, I'm calling here from Kentucky.
All right, go ahead, man. What's your thoughts?
Well, just wanted to say about the whole GOAT conversation. I feel like in the case of it being LeBron has pretty much passed his point of being considered the GOAT. There's just too much that Jordan has done within pretty much the 15 years, or some people might say technically 13, because he had that year where he was retired the first time, and the second season where he had injury, and still came back to try to play 17 games to lead his team to the playoffs. It's just literally too much that Jordan had did within that short amount of time for anyone to really try to do that.
Correct.
And I feel like in the case for LeBron, a lot more he should probably be compared closer to Magic based on his play style versus Jordan, because of the fact that he probably compares more into that case. But at the same time, too, the whole GOAT conversation, it's really hard to really say who's like the next like person who's like at second after Jordan, because you have the likes of Magic, Kareem,
Correct.
Duncan, Hakeem, Kobe,
Correct.
even like Wilt and Bill. It's the best way I can put it for the GOAT conversation. I think everyone should probably try to do it in some way or point, is that there's a GOAT in every era, and it's a GOAT of GOATs. I say Jordan is a GOAT of GOATs, but technically you have GOATs in every era. Any great player that can play in one era, if you put him in another era, he will adapt fine.
That's fair.
If Jordan was to be put into today's era, I feel like he would exceed tremendously.
Of course.
I feel like, yeah, and I feel like players like LeBron, Giannis, Luke, and them, if they were to play in the 80s and 90s, they would adapt fine. Their games would be different, but it would still work out.
Right.
So for me, I put it like this. My top five is pretty much Jordan, Kareem, Magic. Well, actually, I'm sorry. Jordan, Magic, Kareem, Duncan, and then probably Kobe.
Okay.
The reason I have them in them, and the reason why I have those as my top five, is both based on the position of what they like, their position, like them being the GOAT of that position and what they achieved, as well as in comparison to, in the case for LeBron, for Tim Duncan, Kobe, their success playing against him in terms for what they did against like their matches, either in the finals or vice versa. Because I know LeBron didn't get a chance to face Kobe. So that's kind of how I see about the whole GOAT conversation. It should just be, at this point, more of a case being that there's GOATs in every era.
Yeah, I can't argue with you on that. I mean, that's a good five. I mean, it's definitely a good five. I mean, you got Kareem in there, you got Mike in there, you got Kobe, you got Duncan, you got Magic. It's a really good five, and Duncan too. So yeah, I like that five. That's a good top five, man. Appreciate the phone call though.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate you taking my call.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt.
Yeah, you have a good night.
All right. Yep. All right, let's take one more while I get to these super chats. One more. $2 super chat from B Gamer. I appreciate that. $5 super chat for Bada Nana. DeMarcus Cousins said, it's harder to be a lone scorer on the bad team. Nick Young said that's why you never won, to him and Gilbert Arenas. Wade just saying what Phil taught MJ and Kobe. I agree. Critical thinking and logical reasoning. Thank you for the $20 super chat. Unspoken Voices. Be a fan, not a fanboy. Indeed. Phone number is on the screen. You can only have one GOAT. Yeah. I'm with you on that too. Got to be a complete player to go backwards. Also, simply being a fundamentally complete player in the past means you are more likely to succeed going forward. I respect it. All right, we go end the show. If we can, if I wait 10 more seconds for another phone call. If not, that's gonna be the end, man. I appreciate everybody who gave super chats. I appreciate all the phone calls, the messages and comments. Everybody who hit the like button. All right, we got another phone call from Texas. Caller from Texas, what's up?
What's going on?
What's good? What's good? What's your thoughts?
Before, let me ask you a question. We've talked about LeBron all the time. Is he the GOAT? Is he the best player of all time? And then we say no. When I hear top five, he's in nobody's top five. Then why are we trying to annoy him whether or not he's the GOAT? Because I don't hear his name in the top five, so why is there a conversation whether or not he's the best player of all time? I don't understand the part.
He did good PR. I mean, he got a
No. But I'm saying we always say he better than Michael Jordan, yes or no. And if that's the case, then how come he ain't number two?
And whose eyes? You asking why he's not?
Pretty much,
Huh?
pretty much the masses is saying that he is not better than. Pretty much, he's not better than Michael Jordan, right?
Right.
So if that's the case, then does that make him number two?
No, because it's a illegitimate. It's not a legitimate conversation to even have the debate. Like he.
But we always talk about it's just those two. We don't.
No.
we don't compare him to nobody else like him.
No. It's not a real debate. You got like people like me who are listening to mainstream media and some fans put him in that debate, and I will come on my show and explain why he's not. Right? It's a response to false narratives that we're talking about it.
Okay.
It's a response. It's not.
Okay.
It's not because I'm debating Mike and LeBron. I don't think that's a debate at all. I wouldn't even debate LeBron and Kobe or LeBron and Kareem.
We talk about LeBron like he's a. I mean,
I don't look.
Your
platform,
your platform and other platforms always talk about.
I'm trying to counter. I'm countering false narratives. That's all I'm doing.
Okay.
I don't have him in the conversation.
Now, I think the biggest problem with LeBron right now is we are exhausted. He's overstayed his 15 minutes saying we're tired of him.
That's true.
And that's why he's getting all this negative stuff coming to him, and it's not helping. He's becoming a pariah. He's not liked, and then we're just tired of seeing him. We need some new blood, but I'm not a LeBron apologist. It just seems like there's so much hate. I mean, he is not a bum.
No, he's definitely not a bum. He's one of the greats. He's one of the greats.
But when we say he's one of the greats, we don't. Then he should be in that room 30 floor that you're speaking.
No, I disagree. I mean, I explained. No.
Okay,
hold on. First of all, he got 4 rings. Second of all,
I understand he's got 4.
And second of all,
and that's why you don't have him in there.
No,
right?
no. It's how he got them. Right.
Okay.
That like I explained early in the show, the normal way to do things. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it's almost like if I do something not on PDs versus someone doing it on PDs. Right. So I call a regular, what's supposed to be having, what's normal is a star having a co-star and role players around him. Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, role players. Stockton Malone, role players. Right? Shaq, Kobe, role players. But when you go co-star, star, and another star, that's LeBron, Wade, Bosh, LeBron, Kyrie, Love, LeBron,
right.
AD, Dwight. That's overkill. So imagine if I did something better than you, the normal way, and you did something on PEDs and still didn't do it better than me. So I got 6 rings the normal way, and you went the super team way and only got 4, and one of them was in the bubble.
Right.
Don't really count. It was a tournament. So you really got 3.
So I'm not really the super team does not bother me. So I think.
Well, hold on. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna let you finish, but let me say this: the super team don't have to bother you, but you have to admit that one is normal.
No, I'm not denying that,
and one is overkill. Okay.
Well, listen to me, because let's cut it. Every decade has a super team. And the only difference is LeBron decided to put his teams together. The Lakers and Celtics had super teams back in the 80s, both teams. The 60s Celtics, that was a super team.
Sir, so let me stop you right there. Hold on, let me stop you right there.
Go ahead.
Is anybody on those super teams in the GOAT debate?
Well,
no. Yes or no? Yes or no? Is any those super those who?
I mean, you can say
no. Who? What? Oh, you said hold on. Is anybody on those super teams or anybody on those super teams in the GOAT debate?
No, sir.
No, sir. So we can't bring. There's no point in bringing them up, right? Hold on. Because what you're doing is saying that LeBron is above everyone except.
No, I'm not.
Wait, listen. What? Okay, not you. What people are doing or saying that LeBron is above every player that ever played except Michael Jordan, and he's in a debate with Michael Jordan. And then when we talk about the things that Jordan did, that like play with a normal team, and LeBron playing with a super team, then you start reaching back down to the players that you said LeBron was better than to make it okay to have a super team. Well, no, you compare him to Jordan. You only comparing him to one guy. So you can't mention what Bird did with a super team when you're not comparing him to Bird. You're comparing him to Jordan. Did Jordan have a super team? No. Once LeBron gets up to the Michael Jordan conversation, you can't reach back down below him and make anything he did okay with a player that's beneath him in your mind. So you can't say KD had a super team because KD is beneath LeBron. You can't say that any other player had a super team that you're putting beneath LeBron. You can only compare him to Michael Jordan. So now, LeBron had super teams to get his rings. Now, what are you going to say to that when you can only use Michael Jordan as a reference?
Okay. Like I said, Jordan to go. I'm not disagreeing with that, but I just say the reason LeBron, his biggest issue is the difference from his career versus a Kobe, a MJ, a Duncan, a Shaq is LeBron did not allow himself to be coached by a Hall of Fame coach.
That's not true.
Yes,
that's not true.
Who was his Hall of Fame coach?
Ty Lue, Eric Spoelstra.
I'm talking about a Phil Jackson,
No, Ty Lue and Eric Spoelstra.
Ty Lue will be a Hall of Fame, and Spoelstra they might be a Hall of Fame.
They already the NBA has already. Hold on. Was Phil Jackson in the Hall of Fame before he retired?
No, but what I'm getting at, you are talking about a
sir. Was Phil? Sir. Let me ask you this. When Phil Jackson got the job with the Bulls, it was his first year coaching, right?
Yes, sir.
When Ty Lue got the job, with Cleveland, it was his first year coaching, right?
That was his first year.
Okay.
Right.
Everyone has a first year. When Steve Kerr got his job with the Warriors, he was the first year coaching. These coaches are great coaches of this era. They are the Phil Jacksons of this era. Eric Spoelstra have taken Miami to the finals so many times. Ty Lue has won. And every team he's had has been relevant. He's a great coach. Here's on the screen right now. The top 15 greatest coaches list has Phil Jackson on it, but they
But-
also
but-
they also have
but I'm
they
saying
also
now,
have Pat Riley, who was the GM for
they
Miami,
got their start.
who also got
both-
Eric Spoelstra, and Ty Lue will be right
Spoelstra
behind
and
them.
Ty Lue got their start at the beginning. They were rookie coaches. when
So
they
was Phil Jackson.
had LeBron.
Phil Jackson was a rookie coach with
He
Jordan.
was not a rookie. He was not a rookie coach for Kobe.
But he was a
six rings on
but
Kobe.
remember, you can't compare LeBron to Kobe because you got LeBron over Kobe. You can only compare LeBron to Michael Jordan. That's who you're in the debate with, Mike.
Like I said, I understand that part, but I'm just saying I really truly believe the 4 and 6 is because of his coach was always out coached.
No, the 4 and 6 is because of him.
Well, he contributed to it. I agree,
No, the 4
but
and
he
6 is because of him.
Okay.
It's deficiencies in his game. The game plan cannot, for your best player, the game plan cannot be go under the screens and make him shoot jump shots. And then he only averaged 11 points. That's not the coach's fault. You can't hit jump shots.
That.
We're giving you your shots. We're saying
2011,
we're saying take those shots because we know you can't make them. Take those jump shots, take those threes, and we're going to beat you that way. And you average 11 in the finals. That's not the coach's fault.
So if he had a coach,
no,
in 2011, that might have helped.
No, you can't. There's nothing a coach can do if you can't hit jump shots. And they giving you wide open jump shots. Y'all willing to excuse everything negative on this dude's record?
Like I said, I'm not. I apologize if I sound like I apologize. I'm not. It's just
put it this way, bro. Put it this way. Me as a leader, it don't matter what I've led in or what capacity. Everything that went wrong.
Accountability.
Everything that went wrong. Everything that went wrong.
You don't take accountability.
I said it was me. Everything.
Yeah. That's where he's lacking. If he would take accountability ever in his life, then he wouldn't have the problems he's having right now.
Yeah, you might be right about that.
I would like to say one more thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm not going to press the time. I have Magic Johnson to me is not up with Jordan, but I can easily put him 2 or 3.
I ain't mad at it.
Is Magic Johnson is the only player in the history of the game that has won a high school, NCAA, and the NBA championship in a 4-year realm. No one else has ever done.
That's fair. I like Magic. I like Magic high on the list.
And I will put Kareem up there because I don't think anybody had a more decorated career than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, from prep school all the way up to his time in the NBA. So I'm part of that era. So I know Jordan is the GOAT, but I am a Magic Kareem fan. I respect Bird, and and it tickles me more than anything how disrespectful folks are against Wilt Chamberlain.
Yeah.
And Wilt Chamberlain was alive today, he would be going ape shit right now because he was very voiceless how wonderful he was.
Yeah.
And, the older. I mean, the ever since he's been gone, he doesn't have a voice anymore, and we don't even put him in the top 10 anymore. We just say, oh, he played against bums. He was the biggest thing out there. I'm like, Wilt changed the game, and people disrespect it. Like I said, that puzzles
me. Yeah. I mean, I like that comment, man. I appreciate the phone call for sure, man.
Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you. Yep. All right, y'all. That's it for tonight, man. I appreciate everybody, man. Make sure y'all hit the like button before I end this. Make sure y'all support the show by going to Underdog, and make sure y'all use Man Down Sports as your promo code when you play, especially if it's your first time playing. That helps out the channel as well. Hit the like button, hit the share button, rewatch this if you came in late, subscribe if this is your first time here, and I'll catch you on the next episode. Peace.